Hi, my name is Michelle Hinton, owner of Hinton Optimal Wellness, and today I wanted to discuss with you a little bit about cell health. So we talk a little bit about health in general, but I think we forget that the cell actually has to be healthy, and that is truly sometimes the root of our problem. If we don't have a healthy cell, then we honestly can't fully get well. So I want to show you kind of how a cell is drawn and kind of also how it can actually go wrong and be inflamed. So this is typically our cell, and we have a little biolipid layer around that is called the cell membrane. But what can happen is that you have hormone receptors all over your cells. So say it's progesterone, testosterone, estrogen, whatever it may be, thyroid, T3, these are hormone receptors. The goal is these receptors actually give the signal to the cell, they move in and go into the cell and do their job, and then the toxins move out. But what can happen is inflammation can be caused from this cell. The most common thing, honestly, is from toxins. We are introduced to toxins every day, whether it be from the gas receipts that we pick up or Walmart receipts, whether it be from heavy metals, environmental toxins, things we're putting on our skin. All of these things are disrupting the cell membrane and they're causing inflammation. So what happens is that the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that are out here, and we're eating them, and we're thinking that we're doing a really good job, and they should be going inside the cell to do its magic. What is happening is they're stuck because we have all this inflammation here. It can't get in. And what is also being stuck in are toxins. So we are just reintroducing more and more toxins to our system because the toxins can't get out like they should. What is also in here is what we call mitochondria, or ATP. This is our powerhouse. These are our energy cells. We have to make energy in this cell for our body to survive. So what happens is, again, these nutrients and vitamins don't get in. It cannot make ATP, and ATP cannot get back out and feed the body. So what can also happen in here is this is where we have our DNA. When you hear about people saying, oh, I had a family history of this or a family history of that, it's in my genetics. Well, it's in your genetics, but it does not mean that you have to have it genetically. It means that certain cells and your lifestyle will turn on and off certain genes. So we want to make sure that we have a nice, healthy cell so we actually don't turn on bad DNA genes. So what can happen is when these toxins build up inside this cell, this is when these start to replicate and DNA turns bad. And this is where these cells turn on these bad genes. So we want to prevent that from, again, lifestyle, toxins, stress, nutrition, all of these things that we are teaching here at Hinton Optimal Wellness to prevent this from happening. And if you do have it, to improve it. The other thing I want people to understand is sometimes we get blood work. And we say, well, my blood work doesn't match how I feel, or it's normal limits. What I want people to understand is out here is your blood. So the thing is blood work good? It is a good for a marker, but it is not truly a telltale of your health. Your health is inside this cell. So if this cell is not functioning as it should, this blood work is not going to tell us anything about it. So it may show you have an appropriate amount of T3, which is your thyroid, but it's not getting inside the cell to do its job. So this is one reason I tell people blood work is not, we do draw blood work, but it's not kind of the be all end all. This is why a lot of times I'll go off of symptoms because there's no way of testing what's inside this cell. We have to make sure that this cell is healthy in the beginning and to prevent DNA damage, and we want to increase energy production. I hope that helps kind of explain what this cell is, why we do what we do, and why we try our hardest to get to the root of your problem.